Wag's Pet Clinic is a nonprofit, full-service clinic that's going to provide high-quality, low-cost veterinary services to the Tampa area. It was started by 3 veterinarians who wanted to make sure that every pet got the care it needed and deserved. Wag's Pet Clinic, up next on Bayside. Good morning and welcome to Bayside. I'm your host, Shelly Sanders. Wag's Pet Clinic. Haven't heard of it before? Well, you have now. And guess what? They're going to be open in the first quarter of 2018. This is exciting stuff. So you want to pay attention here because there might be volunteer opportunities. Hint. And we're going to introduce you to the doctors. So without further ado, welcome to the show, Brent Euler and Angela Bacchus.
Thanks for having us.
Exciting to have you here.
It is.
Wow, big plans coming up here in 2018, huh?
Absolutely. Wag's Pet Clinic is looking to open high quality, compassionate, affordable care. The industry for veterinary medicine has been changing over the last few years, so there's a real need for a full service facility. And we're providing 4 units. One's a wellness care preventative, which is vaccines, and then we have exams for sick or moderately ill patients in a surgical unit. We also have an outreach program, which will work with other nonprofits in the area, foster kittens, Valor service dogs, and a trap and release for spay neuter.
All right, so it sounds like you've got the bases covered. What kind of pets are you looking at providing services for?
Initially, we're mostly small animal. Once in a while, we get a little baby pet pig. Sometimes we see some ferrets, rabbits. As we get bigger and ramp up, we'll be able to offer probably some exotics, a unit as well.
Okay, and when you say exotics, meaning like snakes and things like that? Or?
Snakes,
Sure.
little, furry pet store type creatures that unfortunately get injuries sometimes accidentally with children playing with them.
So basically, I mean, for the time being, though, I mean, this is your baby, if you will. I mean, it's just rolling out. So you are hearing it here on Bayside. I love this. So we're talking about our pets. I mean, an extension of our family in most cases. I mean, certainly when we're talking about our domestic animals, I know we consider our dog, and our dog certainly does not think she's an animal. She's pretty sure that she's one of us, a human, just walks around on 4 instead of 2. So that being said, we've got exciting things coming up. So tell me about the plans. And from your perspective, I understand that you'll be, you're focused on vaccinations and healthy pet checkups, correct?
Exactly. There's some other places in the area that have started small, gotten larger, or they only do a couple of the different options. But we're doing vaccine clinic or prevention care, which is flea and tick, vaccines for boarding. We have exams, which will be for the pets that have more serious issues or minor allergies. And then that's more full service geared. We'll have radiographs, blood testing. And then we also have the surgical unit, which does your regular spay and neuters, but then also special surgery. So you could have an exploratory, different vets do or don't handle that locally. We're trying to be a one-stop shop for all of that as we ramp up and provide it at an affordable price.
Right. And this is all taking place where?
Town and Country seems to be the target at the moment. We have a build-out lease negotiation at the moment. We're targeting the beginning of 2018. But you're going to be in
Town and Country,
yes.
Right? So that's fantastic news for the residents in that area for sure. So walk me through a typical healthy pet exam. What goes on during that?
For healthy, for sick, basically it's a nose to tail exam. We're doing everything from an oral exam, we're checking the teeth, the dentition, we're checking the eyes, the ears, and everything back to the tail. I see everything from the itchy dogs, the dogs chewing their feet, the stinky ears, the stinky breath, everything from that to pre-surgical exams, the dogs that come up with the little bumps and the tumors that we get so scared about. Well, we want to make sure that they're safe for surgery. Blood work, annual blood work. I like to do what's called preventative medicine. You know, our dogs are getting older. We have to focus on senior care,
Right.
you know, catching things before they become a problem so we can prolong their lives and their time with us. Things like heartworm disease they get from mosquitoes. Undiagnosed, untreated will kill our pets. So typically it's been very expensive to do heartworm treatment. So we're going to be trying to do our hardest to keep the costs down to make it affordable for our pet owners, because we want to do everything for our pets. We would do everything for our pets, but unfortunately we have to be aware of our pocketbooks too. So
Right.
we're hoping to be able to help out in so many different ways for all the things that unfortunately pop up when we have the little fur babies in our life.
And I think that I commend you for doing this, because we have a good friend of the show. She comes on quite often. She's with the Humane Society of Pinellas. And one of the things that they see a lot of times is, you know, they hope to keep that relationship with pet and owner together. But a lot of reasons why they get these pets in the first place is because of financial issues. And no one wants to surrender their pet, but unfortunately these things happen. So I commend you, first of all, for wanting to be there for and provide these services.
To keep the animal
affordable
pet bond,
services.
absolutely.
For sure. So how do you go about doing that? And
So
how can our viewers help out with
What
that?
we're really lucky that we'll have our own in-house blood work, in-house urinalysis, in-house cytology, digital x-ray with radiologists able to consult. We'll have the ability to call in an ultrasound professional to, you know, really help us look on the inside to make sure that everything in here is working, and to have our answers then so we can help now, you know. So
Right.
it's going to be really exciting to be able to just get them in and have that be something we can help out right then.
Sure. How can our viewers help out? Are you working on that avenue? Perhaps will you have volunteer services later?
Yes, as we ramp up, currently we have a couple of really strong sponsors, but we have to build out that side of our business.
Sure.
It is a business, and ask for the volunteers, run events, fundraisers. So we're getting there.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work, but we're making progress each week.
For sure. Well, I love the vision that you have there. All right, for you at home, you want to keep on this website. It's wagspetclinic.org. That's going to keep you abreast of all things going down over there in town and country when it comes to this clinic. wagspetclinic.org. That's the webpage that you were looking at right there. Why don't you check it out while we go to break? Welcome back to Bayside. I'm your host, Shelley Sanders. I've been talking with the wonderful veterinarians from Wags Pet Clinic. And in case you haven't ever heard of it before, well, that makes sense because they're opening in the first quarter of 2018 down in town and country, and I love it. I love the whole idea of it. Welcome to the show, Stephanie Sabshin.
Thank you.
You are a veterinarian over there, and you're going to be in charge of the surgical wing, so to speak.
Yes.
Right?
Absolutely.
Okay, so talk to me about what that means. I mean, obviously we know surgery, anesthesia, but what all? There's more that goes into it than just surgery or like spay and neutering.
Absolutely. And you know, there's so many surgeries that our pets need to get them through a healthy life. And they can be very cost prohibitive. So that's why it's something that we're really concerned about, providing a high quality option with low costs. Just the spay and neuter itself, it's got so many benefits. You're going to prevent unwanted pets from flooding the shelters, unwanted litters, but it's also going to help prevent certain cancers that could limit the lifespan of your pets, and it can also cause prevent certain infections that can limit the lifespan of your pet. So spaying and neutering is kind of a preventative medicine as well.
So wow, it goes beyond just the most obvious preventing unwanted litters or overrun shelters. It goes well beyond that. I think
Yeah,
a
there's
lot
health
of people
benefits.
may not realize that.
Yeah, and you know, some people who do realize it still just can't afford it, because surgery can be very expensive with all the equipment and the anesthesia and the monitoring. But we're lucky that we're going to be able to help subsidize that cost with grants and donations to help pass on the savings to the pet owners.
Love that. Big
Yeah.
things going on over at Wags Pet Clinic. We're talking, in case you're just tuning in, with Stephanie Sabshin. She's a veterinarian who is, and you'll be doing the surgical prep, the
Yes.
surgeries themselves. Now, talk to me a little bit about dental exams.
Yeah, dentistry is something that's very important to pets, and I think historically it wasn't something we were ever really concerned about. But as our pets live longer, we want to make sure that they live healthier. Dental disease can cause a lot of problems inside. All that dental tartar that builds up is just big chunks of bacteria, and as they swallow it, it enters the bloodstream. It can affect their liver, their heart, their kidneys, and it can actually decrease their lifespan as well.
Sure.
They need preventative care just like we do. Depends on the dog. Some of them need it once a year, some of them need it once a lifetime, but it's still a very important service for them.
Sure, and you guys are there, thank goodness, to provide that, or will be in 2018 to
Yeah.
provide that.
Yeah, you know, just like you go to the dentist, you see your hygienist, you get scaled and polished, our pets need to be doing the same thing as well.
Sure. Now, there's anesthesia that's involved with those dental exams.
There is.
Is that
And,
always?
you know, there are some people out there that do provide anesthesia-free dentals. The problem with that is that pets, can be very scared of that experience.
Sure.
But also, you can't really tell them, don't swallow the water, don't bite the person. So anesthesia included in the dental is a very important aspect of it. It helps us get up under the gum line and really treat that tooth
Sure.
optimally.
Right. And too, it makes it where it's not so traumatic for your
Yes.
loved one there going in to get their teeth cleaned, something that's benefiting them, and you would hate for them to like
Sure.
dread going to see the veterinarian.
Well, how many of us wish that we could have our dentals done under anesthesia?
Oh, I'm not gonna lie, that would be me. So, all right, all this, lots of big things going on. So this is a pretty big undertaking. How excited are you?
I'm very excited. You know, this is something, I never really thought that I would open it myself, but this is the kind of organization that I've always wanted to be involved in, and I've tried to find it over the years, and I've just not been able to find it. So now I'm just, you know, partnering up with some like-minded veterinarians, and we're just doing it ourselves.
That is fantastic. And again, I know that speaking with Dr. Euler earlier, he and Dr. Bacchus both were talking about just all of the undertakings and everything that you're going to be able to accommodate, and all of the various animals that you'll be able to accommodate.
Well, that's a big goal of ours, is to be all-inclusive. Everyone has pets, and all of those pets deserve the best care we can give them. So that's what we
Absolutely.
want to be able to provide.
Okay, so any opportunities for perhaps sponsors? Are you still accepting that?
We are always accepting sponsors. There are different aspects of our organization that really need funding, whether it's funding heartworm treatment for
Sure.
dogs, or funding dental care for dogs, or funding trap, neuter, release for feral cats. There's lots of little side projects that
Put it this
need
way, you'll never
contributions.
turn one away.
Not
right?
at all.
Okay, and if you are in the position where you're looking to maybe help out there, well, log on to the website that you're looking at right now, and that's wagspetclinic.org, wagspetclinic.org. Log on. We're going to take a short break, but we're coming back, so don't go anywhere. Welcome back to Bayside. I'm your host, Shelly Sanders. I've been talking with the great people from Wags Pet Clinic, and I'm telling you, big things are going on over there in Town and Country. If you are looking for a sponsorship opportunity or volunteer opportunity, or perhaps you're in need of a clinic with affordable care, well, this is the place you're going to want to go. And I'm telling you, they're opening the first quarter of 2018, and you heard it first here. That's right, I got the lowdown for you. All right, so welcome to the show, Samantha Fox. You are the volunteer, or excuse me, the foster coordinator for the clinic that's opening here in 2018, and we still have with us Dr. Sabshin.
Yes.
So how adorable are these cats? My goodness, these little kitties are so cute. So tell me about your little kitties here.
Well, these guys are typical of what we will be helping with WAG's Pet Clinic. They were saved from the County High Kill Shelter, Hillsborough County Pet Resource Center. Kittens under 2 pounds have to be out of the shelter. And in 2016, 440 kittens were euthanized, and our goal is to bring that number down to 0.
That just gives me chills at the thought of that.
These specific kittens were given 2 hours to find a rescue because they weighed under 1 pound.
Oh, no kidding.
And
okay, so with that, how do you go and find out about this? And where do you go from here moving forward with WAG's Pet Clinic? Foster coordinator, that's got to be a big job,
Yes.
big shoes. So how do you even begin to tackle that?
well, the shelter sends out emails and calls us about kittens, and then we have, set amount of time to find a place or they're going to be euthanized. Our goal is to have fosters lined up, ready to take the kittens in, whether they be healthy babies just needing a little time to hit 2 pounds, or medical cases where they need a lot of care, such as upper respiratory, missing limbs, bad eyes.
I understand that even Pistachio, the
Yes.
little one that you have in your lap, he's got a missing limb, right?
Yes, he's missing
Aww.
his back leg,
You wouldn't even know it though.
but we love him anyways.
Yes. So, okay, now moving forward with that, so you've got a litter of kitties that you've rescued from the High Kill Shelter. Where do you go from there? Is WAGS prepared to nurse those with special needs back to where they need to be, and will it be a case of you're going to build a roster of foster homes that you
Yes.
can call? Is that how
Yes,
we're looking at that?
absolutely.
Okay, and so WAGS, even that project alone, I commend you guys. I mean, that's a big undertaking.
It is, but it's one we're very excited about.
Yeah, for sure. I would be too. So this is Pistachio's brother in your lap, correct?
Yes, this is Hazelnut's.
Oh my goodness.
And he is just feisty today.
He's so curious. He wants to check it all out. Wow. Okay, so what are the steps? How do you go about getting those cats, say for example in this case, if WAGS was up and running, how do you get the cats? What's the play-by-play, if you will?
Yeah, we get a call that there are kittens there that need to be picked up. We go pick them up, and then we transfer them either to a foster home that's available or keep them in-house in the clinic waiting for a foster home. We care for whatever illnesses they may have, and then once they reach 2 pounds, we give them, their microchips, their vaccines, spay and neuter,
Sure.
and then put them back up for adoption.
Wonderful. So perhaps, and I promise we probably have viewers that are out there right now going, oh gosh, I'm in. How do I sign me up?
Absolutely.
How does one go about being part of your foster program or even adopting? Say they want to adopt these two. How do they go about that?
So they're just going to go onto our website, fill out a foster application, and once they're approved, they'll get phone calls when we have kittens available. And
Beautiful.
if they want to adopt, we are going to have a running list of adoptable kittens on our Facebook page that they can find, or they will also be transferred to local rescues for adoption.
Sure. Now, you were just looking at the website, for you at home, you were just looking at their website right there, and that's wagspetclinic.org. Don't worry, we'll keep that link up for you, and we'll also have one on our website, cw44.com as well. So will it be limited to kittens or cats, or will you also have dogs as well, or other
Right
animals?
now, the program's just going to focus on kittens under 2 pounds because that is the main
Greatest
group
need.
that has the greatest need.
Wow, that's still a shocking fact. I don't think that I have heard that before. All right, so if you're interested, by all means, log on to the website, WAG's Pet Clinic. You're looking at it right there. Hey, those people look familiar. Yeah, we had them here on Bayside. You saw them first here. wagspetclinic.org, that's the website. Get out, get involved in your community. Log on now. We're going to take a short break and come back after this. As always, I want to thank you at home for joining us, and of course, thank Wags Pet Clinic for being here, and best of luck to you. I understand that you're a friend of the clinic, Marisol, so do you have something you want to tell our viewers?
Sí, tenemos personal que habla español.
All righty. So for Spanish-speaking community, they can assist you as well and your loved ones. All right, get out, get involved in your community. Log on to wagspetclinic.org. That's going to give you all the intel, how, and everything that you can do to help them out, or in case you need a clinic for your pet. Until next week, have a great one.